Hello. Hello, Xena. Already first in. So yeah, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt once again tonight. Let me just drop that one down. Let us get ourselves live across the board. How is everyone doing tonight? So yeah, we are going to be searching for potential alien radio signals coming in from amongst the stars, searching on a frequency called the hydrogen line. That is that yellow line at the top of the screen. That's where we've heard all those messages in the past. Let's get ourselves alive. Wait for it to load. So yeah, we are searching for potential alien radio signals tonight there, coming in from amongst the stars. As the Earth rotates, our dish will sweep across the sky, and hopefully it'll pass over some stars that are inhabited, and we'll be sending signals out to there tonight. We're searching on a frequency called the hydrogen line. That is that yellow line on top of the screen, and it's the channel on the radio dial where scientists theorize we are most likely to hear alien radio signals. Should they be out there, and should they be sending them? It's where we've heard things like the WOW signal previously, and a number of other interesting signals as well. Carl is in as well. Good to see you, and thank you for those likes, guys. Those likes and those shares, they do help us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves, getting more eyes and minds on the old phenomena, so we can all piece this puzzle together. But yes, we are once again looking out for alien radio signals. We've got a few big local close by stars on the horizon that will be coming into range of our dish very, very soon. So let's wait a little bit and see what they come in. We have got plenty of stars in range currently, but the closer ones are quite interesting there. So Sirius is going to be coming in range soon. Mirzam as well, plus a number of other ones there. Who is joining us tonight? Is there Carl, Buffalo as well? Jen, how are you all doing tonight? If you're new here, do say hello. Let us know where you're all watching from. And how do you feel about the UFO, the alien phenomena tonight? Is Lee in as well, I think? Hello, Lee. How are you doing? Xena, your last message isn't there. Hope you're still there. How are you doing over on that one? So yeah, looking once again for those potential alien radio signals. There's been a number of interesting candidate signals detected there. Paul is over on that one. How are you doing, Paul? Good to see you. Do you need your stamp for that one? I'll have to get you stamped if not for that one. And you kidnapped a cow and it fired in saucer. You're going to have to return the cow. That's the solution is there, Xena. But guys, if you are just joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight. We're using what's called software-defined radio. So it's attached to a very large dish that is out there in my garden. As the Earth rotates, it's going to sweep across the night sky there, passing over many, many stars. And hopefully one of those is going to be inhabited and sending us a signal. But it's a bit of a right place, right time sort of job. Hopefully, yeah, we'll be passing over one in the right place at the right time to be getting one of those signals there. How's the weather been there, Carl? It's been okay today. It's now raining and a bit miserable. And you're over there now, Paul. How about up in sunny Blackpool? How is it for you there? So yeah, hopefully we are going to get some activity. It's a bit right place, right time, but the statistical odds increase the more that we do it. So yeah, the longer we do this for, the higher our chance of detecting an alien radio signal are. They're quite rare, but the frequency of them has seemed to be going up, the frequency of detections. And maybe that is down to our technology getting more and more sensitive, able to pick up fainter and fainter signals there. But some of those signals are very interesting. Some of them are coming from very close by stars indeed there. So some of our neighbours on our stellar street there may well be full of life and at least a similar, if not more advanced technical level than we are there. Rio's in the house, and it's cold, cloudy and cold there, is it, Carl? I'm sure we're going to get a lot of that here soon, hoping for it to warm up a bit. I can turn the damn heating down. And tonight is the night. You've got the actual WOW code there. Love it, Lee. That is what we are hoping for, aren't we? A nice, clear message coming in there from ET, and it's raining. It's definitely raining here now. And Neil, hello. Thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. All the gifts, the subs, the patrons there, they do go back into the stream. They're helping us improve what we do. Astra is in. Good to see you. How is your week going? How are we Wednesday now? I've lost all track. I'm still not back into routine after the old Christmas break. We had a good run, didn't we? A few good nights in a row there, maybe even up to a week, where we were able to do the skywatch there, those visual searches. So a few of those were the moon, and then the rest were just a general UFO, UAP skywatchers. So do make sure you're following if you're not already, because if it's clear, we're doing the live UFO, UAP skywatch there. So if the moon is up, that's what it looks like. We do a moon watch, looking out for all the weird, wonderful things that happened on, off, and around the moon. Or like today, when it's cloudy, we're doing an alien radio signal hunt there. Rio as well coming in with the likes. Appreciate those likes and those shares, guys. To say they do help us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves. And the more open-minded, intelligent people we can get looking at the phenomena and sharing their experiences here together there, the more we can all understand a little bit more about our galaxy, our universe, and what is going on, our place within it there. Debbie's in. How are you doing? So guys, Kobe as well, good to see you there. If you're new here, do say hello. I'd love to hear where you're all watching from tonight, how you feel about the old UFO, UAP phenomena, and do make sure you're following us, though, so we do something like this every night there. Kate's already in there. Harko's in as well. How are you doing, guys? Getting all the regs in. Savas, welcome there too. Mark as well, thank you for the heart. Appreciate all of that. They're coming, Harko. Hopefully, we've been listening long enough there. And Ellie Lou, good to see ya. Kate's on time. Anto as well, good to see you in. How is everyone doing? Jake as well. OGV, I just see you pop up there. How are you? Good to see you all in there. Harko as well, thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream there. And the evening, everybody. And if I haven't said Happy New Year to you all, then Happy New Year to you there. It's good to see everyone again. That red box is popping up there. That is the micro signal analysis. And what that is doing is, because these distances are so vast there, you imagine the time a radio signal might reach us here on Earth, it's travelled very, very a long way there. And it could get so faint because of those distances, kind of like shouting at a distance there. The further away you are, the quieter and quieter that will be. So what that microsignal analysis is doing is looking in amongst this bit area here. This is the background noise, all below the line there. That is the background noise of the universe, and maybe there is a faint signal in amongst all of that the microsignal analysis will be able to faintly pull apart and see if there is something there for us. And as well there, Harko.
Nom nom nom, thanks,
Thank you for feeding Alan there for snacks of the night. How are we doing? Ellie as well. What is the blue light star that we're seeing at night? That is a good question. Betelgeuse is more of an orange there, but a lot of them are... a lot of them do come across that beautiful blue purple. So when we're doing the sky watches, you know what, I can't remember. That would have been an easy question for me to answer back in the summer there, because we had this massive purpley blue star that was with us every damn night there, and it's called Vega, and it is absolutely stunning because it was so big and so bright there. It was like an obvious one on the stream, and everybody was like, what's that star? What's that star? But now we have quite a few of a similar brightness, and I've lost track. I'm not quite familiar with this patch of sky yet, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough there. But Betelgeuse is more of an orange, so it looks kind of similar to Mars to the naked eye. But it is a bigger one there. Rio, how is Alan? Alan is grumpy as always. 2 days left for level plus. What's level plus? And Marcus, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks.
There you go, he's less grumpy now. V coming in with the hashtags there as well, do appreciate that, guys. How has everybody been? How is everyone's week going? It's good to see you all in there. Thank you for the shares. So yeah, we are doing another alien radio signal hunt tonight there. Hark as well with the rose. So it all goes back, or the white rose I should say, all goes back into the stream there, helping us improve what we do. And one of the things we are working on here, so we want to make this screen that we see now available to everyone. But to do that, I need to get a little computer, which isn't too hard, that I can run it on permanently. But I do need an extra gadget, which I'm trying to keep an eye out for, and source that. Once I've done it, then, because this part of the software here, like the midsection down, that is all ours. We're making that ourselves, hence why it's a bit buggy sometimes. But yeah, the idea is that you'll be able to go onto a website and log in, and then you'll just be able to have that screen pop up. At any point, you can do your own monitoring there, and even sort of save anything in case there were some really good signals that you catch when you are monitoring there. Day 500 of January is, yeah, 100% Kate. It does feel like that, doesn't it? It's eerily quiet, though, at the minute. I've gone back to work, and I'm still working through the backlog, but it's like nobody else is back to work yet. I know Januaries are a bit slow, but it's a bit eerie quiet at the minute, a little bit sus there. I'm worried I'm going to find a folder full of emails I haven't checked or something there. But if you are just joining us, guys, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight there. We're searching the hydrogen line, that is that frequency at the top of the screen there, the yellow line, and is a channel on the radio dial where scientists theorise we are most likely to hear a message from ET, should they be out there. It's where we've heard those interesting candidate signals in the past, like the WOW signal there, but also the weird signal, the BLC1 signal, and a number of others are there, to name but a few. This is the channel that apparently aliens would be most likely to use because it is the most monitored channel there. It tells us so much about the universe. It's those radio astronomical purposes. It's so good for science there. So we're always monitoring it, and regardless of our communication technology, it's likely that ET would be doing the same. So if you're purposely putting a message out there via radio that you want another civilization to hear, that you might or might not know that they exist, this is the channel out of all those thousands of frequencies to do that there. And Harko,
Nom nom nom, thanks,
thank you for feeding Alan there. Alan says he'll get your water sorted soon. And thank you for the stickers there as well there. A-Up is in. How are we doing, A-Up? Good to see ya. There are some chunky spikes tonight. It's amazing, isn't it, that this is just meant to be the background noise. Nothing in particular, just all of that background hum of the early universe that we're picking up now. But it does change every night, and that's what makes me a little bit suspect, because we thought for a very long time that this little fella here was some electronic interference with us here, but it's variable. All of the electronics in the room, nothing, the setup doesn't change, but yet this little one does change there, which kind of makes me wonder, same with this little one here. Maybe we are picking up something as well there, but it is unlikely to be a message from far, far away, sadly, because it is with us for too long. Because with the Earth's rotation there, our dish would sweep on over and off of a distant target star within about 30 to 90 seconds. So the fact that these signals here are coming in and they're staying with us for so long, they imply that they are still physically here with us on Earth. They're matching the old signal speed there. And Mandy, thank you for the gifts there as well. Andre noticed too. Hello, and Mandy as well. Thank you for feeding Alan.
Thank you for the alien pets, guys.
It's a bit cruel that he eats the old alien pets, but who am I to judge? Alien culture there. And all good. I am glad to hear it there. Evening, Andrea and Otis as well. And Motorhead is in. How are you doing? And will it cover the same places as we see the flashing? Oh, that is such a good question. Yes and no. So my dish is by default pointed south and about 15-degree elevation, which is normally where we start with the camera on most nights. It's the best patch of sky visually as well, with the least light pollution. So it's roughly in the same place, but we do make adjustments, and obviously we spin the camera around as well there. So I'm trying to think how far away it might be. I think it's a bit too low at the minute for the same patch of sky. I think it's a bit too low there. I'd love to get one of those little mounts for the old dish as well, so we could point it at specific stars. I have played around with this, but I have to physically go up on the roof, unbolt it, move it, and then rebolt it in another position there, trying to line it all up. But I might try it for tomorrow if it's cloudy. See if we can target Tau SETI again. That is another close by star that has reportedly sent signals to us, and also has a bit in the alien lore. There is a video of a reported alien being interrogated that doesn't seem to fare too well, with some sort of illness there. It was released back in the 90s, and some people say it's fake, but it hasn't been debunked. It's quite a strong one. Now, that creature is reportedly from Tau SETI as well, so I'd like to see if we can point the dish specifically at that star again. But what makes it really interesting is not only is it close by and has that in the lore, but it also has a number of exoplanets in its habitable zone that we've been able to monitor there, and they look like super Earths. But on top of that, that star is a G-type star like our sun there. It's very, very similar. It's a little bit more orange, it's a little bit smaller, but very similar, which means it's stable. So we know at the very least that our type of star can support life there as well. It's a good question though, Lee. We have lots of evenings where the background noise isn't there exactly. Well, I mean, it's lower, isn't it? So we don't really get that, but yeah, with these spikes, what are they? You know, they're not there all the time, are they? And where are we? Loving the stickers there, A-Up, so on. Up to 500 already. Love it there. But yeah, so hopefully hopefully we're going to pass over that star and we're going to get that signal, because that is what we are doing. We're doing a live alien radio signal hunt there tonight. So remember, it's the Earth's rotation is key here. So our dish is fixed. So therefore, with the movement of the Earth as it's spinning around, that dish is going to sweep over various parts of the sky. And that's very similar to the Big Ear radio telescope, which detected the WOW signal as well. That was a pretty fixed dish there as well, and it relied, said, on the Earth's rotation to do its sweeps. And that is the very same radio telescope there that picked up the infamous WOW signal from back in the 1970s. So we'd love to have a nice clear signal just like that here ourselves. Now ours would likely to be a much duller signal, because obviously that was a much larger, more sensitive dish. So for us, we could still potentially detect that signal, but it wouldn't come through quite as clearly, but it should still be quite noticeable there on the screen. So Mirzam, how long were we? 20 minutes to get Mirzam in shot, maybe half an hour to get Sirius in. That's going to be interesting there, because we're at that patch of sky that about halfway through the stream we get a really good collection of closest by stars in range there. When we first started doing this, we weren't getting that many in range at all of the close by ones, but now we have just hit that part of the night sky where it perfectly lines up with so many good candidate stars there. Again, Sirius as well as one of those close by stars that in the old lore may well have visitors coming that way, visiting us here on Earth. Oh, that called me out. Sorry, guys. So yeah, that is what is meant to be happening. Hello, Blue Nose as well. Good to see you. How have you been? Happy New Year as well. Carl as well, thank you for feeding Alan.
Thank you for the alien pet skies.
I nearly missed you on that one. But guys, if you're new here, do say hello. We said we'd love to hear from you there. Love to hear what you feel about the alien phenomena. Have you experienced anything that you cannot explain yourself there? Or are you, do you think we're all alone? Maybe we're wasting our time. Probably not. Not with the stuff that is coming out, I think, recently. Although the problem is with the amount of stuff that we are getting now is that it's going off in all sorts of directions. Now, I do love a lot of the angles, a lot of things that were talked about in the UFO world there, but we are just getting more and more and more questions. I mean, we're making some headway in some of the details, you know, reaffirming and refining maybe what's going on in certain areas, but it's not massive. It's not very clear. I think a lot more questions are coming up, definitely with the old consciousness side of things as well. And a Happy New Year there, Blue Nose, thank you. I hope you had a good holiday period. Good to see you. Essex Brummy as well, how are we doing? So yeah, it's frustrating. It doesn't show me anymore like everybody that is in the stream, which is a bit of a shame, because I used to be able to see everyone and say hello. But hey ho, we'll survive there. But yeah, so hopefully at some point we'll get to the update done to this, get that up a little computer set up, and therefore you guys will be able to just do your own monitoring with the dish at any point then, and we can just chip in for a live and maybe do a bit of a clip show if you guys find some good signals. We can yeah, revisit those as well. But yeah, we're just a bit of a waiting game now. As Atlas left our solar system, so I don't think it has yet. We were talking about this last night actually, and it was it in Cancer at the time? I think it was that part of the sky. I think you're saying up, but it will be very soon. I think is it towards the end of the month that it'll be passing Jupiter, and then it'll be gone off and out. But very interesting recently, there is for a Freedom of Information search that somebody done there, that it did come out that the CIA is withholding information on old Atlas. What it is that they're withholding, we don't know, but the fact that they are withholding is very, very interesting, because why would they need to withhold anything if it is just a stellar, a spacey object there? Rachel, how are you doing? Good to see you in there. And you'll be on it non-stop. Be living on it there. I have to make it mobile friendly so we can do it out and about. So Jordan's in, how are you doing? Yeah, I think you and A will be the main users of it there. And be at work with patients and strange sounds coming from my phone in my pocket. They'll wonder what it is. They'll be having flashbacks of the war. Motorhead's well, can you point the dish at Saturn to see if you can pick up the object inside the rings sometime? That is a good count. Now, you can tune into Saturn. I don't know what frequency it's on. I mean, yes, in theory we can. So our dish and some of the actual other equipment we've got plugged in, again, it is kind of focused on this particular channel range here, this frequency. It's like a tight band of interest. So you sacrifice that wider listening ability there for an improved listening on these frequency ranges of interest. But you can generally tune into Saturn. So as long as it's within that sort of range, or we can get another dish or something that does, then yeah, I'd love to, because I think it's space is just phenomenal. The fact that you can tune into them, I think would be cool. So yeah, I think that's a good idea. In fact, I do need to message those people back, because they was going to send us one. So maybe I can chase them up for that. But it's a good shout there, Motorhead, as well. How are we doing, Jordan? Good to see you in there. Let me scroll through. No, we are up to date everywhere. So yeah, here we are, back again doing our alien radio signal hunt there tonight. Now, we would love to check some other frequencies. This is one of the other updates that we're looking at here, and hopefully the manufacturers will be helping us out with that. They were talking about doing a giveaway, so sending out a kit to one of you guys there. We do a little like a competition or something, so then you can get your own little kit there at home to do it if you so wish. But one of the things, yeah, I'm trying to get them is like a dual receiver. So not only can we check this frequency, but we'd also be able to check the 1.6 at the same time. And if we could maybe check the 1.6 whilst we're doing the visual sightings, maybe we can align it. Align it with a visual sighting. I think that would be very, very interesting there indeed. And Lee, what's your opinion of the signal that repeats every 22 minutes found by an Australian student? I don't know that one, Lee. I don't know that one. Can you tell us a bit more on that one? That sounds bloody fascinating. That does. Now, we do know that obviously space, as I said, very noisy in radio, has lots of interesting signals. And there are things called like pulsars and things like that. And what they do is where they're pulsing essentially these radio waves out, I think they're spinning so fast, they're like a lighthouse. That beam of light, or in this case a beam of radio wave in that rotation, sweeps round there, kind of, for us, it looks like a pulse. So therefore, they're kind of like little beacons out there in space, but they're natural objects. Although it is theorized that maybe pulsars could be manipulated by a very advanced race there to use them as sort of navigational beacons. You've got things like fast radio bursts as well. There are still some things that probably have an organic origin, but not all of it necessarily. It's still very, very much open there. I'm glad to hear it there, Jordan. I think we're all good here. And how was the interview with the BBC? V, it was interesting. Yeah, no, I think it went well, and it's good that they're covering the phenomena a little bit there. So it is up if you guys, I think you just need to search on the BBC website, like the Warminster thing, 60th anniversary, it should come up there. There was an article and an audio bit through it there. I haven't actually had the willpower to listen to it myself. I had to get Leanne to edit the audio clip we posted, because I don't want to hear if I sound like a twit. I'm grateful, though, that it wasn't the worst picture in the world. I mean, it's not a great picture, but I mean, the amount that poor reporter had to take of me, I'm surprised it came out as okay as it did. And Rachel, I'm good. I'm just sad because I haven't had any activity since the 8th of November. Oh, Rachel, yeah, you were saying that you're getting a bit there. You'd really like to see them there. I mean, what's the longest time in between activity you've had previously? And is there anything we can take from that, maybe to guess what their frequency of interactions are? And in terms of the CIA, etc., the space organisations like NASA and the ESA have been very quiet. They have been very suspiciously quiet there. And obviously, NASA is now an intelligence agency, isn't it? I mean, it probably always was, but it's now been officially declared as an intelligence agency. They're just like the CIA. So I suppose that tells us all we need to know, doesn't it, there? And backyard astronomers have been way better in showing us a 3-eye atlas. Now, they legitimately have. I can totally get on board with that. And I think that just proves the point, doesn't it? That now we have all this technology. Now we are so interconnected. We don't need the specialists as much. And they hate that. You know, they like being special. They like having the thing that other people doesn't have. You know, it gives them importance and gives them value. So they don't really like that. So no wonder they were kind of shouting it down there. You've seen the clip, done. I suppose it could have been worse for me. Thank you. But yeah, if it brings a little bit, I think, of attention back to the story there. Is Alan a CIA agent? I would say yes, but I mean, I wouldn't trust Alan in the CIA. He'll be doing his own thing there. And billions of dollars up there, and couldn't even take a decent image of a free eye. And yet Ray in his field gets it. I mean, to be fair on that one, yes. I mean, there are some, I think, reasonable arguments around not as much, but I think overall totally there. You know, what's the justification? No matter what the nuance, no matter what the technicalities are there, come on, they have got to do a better, I think, there. NASA did a good job of covering up 3i. Disgraceful. This is the thing now. Like, see, agencies and organisations like this are still acting as if we're in the pre-internet era. They're still covering things up, thinking that it's as easy as it was. Their politicians doing the same. You know, they do their stupid things, leave a horrible paper trail for it, and now go, oh my God, I'm being caught out. What happened? This is crazy. But they've just not realised that they can't get away with the same level of stuff anymore, and they won't. That's the thing. They need a very strong wake-up call. They're very unlikely to do it themselves without a strong negative there. And watching the Artemis launch recently, I haven't had a chance to watch those ones. I mean, I'm more of a SpaceX fanboy, but it is good that there are other launches on the things there, but I tend to forget about the others. And Jordan Allen runs security at CIA. There. And Synergy, how you doing? Oi from Oxford, good to have you in there. Is Neil in? We've got another Oxford viewer. How are the skies in Oxford? They're pretty rainy over here. Guys, if you are joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt. We are searching the stars, hoping to hear ET say hello. We're listening on a frequency called the hydrogen line. That's that yellow line at the top of the screen, and it is the channel on the radio dial where scientists theorise that if ET is out there, this is the channel that they would use to send that message, and it's where we've heard very interesting radio signals in the past, just like the WOW signal. So there is lots of potential up there, but it is a bit of a right place, right time there, because as the Earth rotates, our dish will sweep across the sky, so any target will only be on screen for between 30 and 90 seconds, so it is a real right place, right time sort of job there. And I think 3i Atlas was an ET probe and just doing a flyby. I really don't know. I've gone so far back and forth on 3i, and ultimately I have no confidence in any opinion. But rather than, so the scientific community are assuming it's a comet or a natural object, unless you can, say otherwise there, and that's their position. And it's a position there. I'm more coming from the right. If this has got the possibility of being ET there, what do we need to tick off rather than what it shows there? So I think there's strong evidence with that amount of off-gassing there. I just don't know what a non-organic object would do that off-gassing, but I mean, it's still a very interesting object, and I really need to meditate. Rachel, there we go. Maybe that's it. I mean, I'm not for that sort of stuff, but for various other things. I meant to do other things, including that, and I sit around going, God, why do I feel worse? Why is this symptom coming back? Why is this and then I forget I've not done everything. So maybe there's like an active component there, Rachel, as well. It's pretty clear here. I'm a bit jealous there, Synergy. It is overcast down in Wiltshire here, sadly. That is why we're doing the alien radio signal hunt. If it's a clear sky, we do a UFO, UAP, skywatch. That's what that looks like. See all the wonderful stars and the odd things moving around in the night sky. Moonwatch as well, if the moon's at full there, see all the craters, the details there. So guys, if you're not following yet, do make sure you are, because that way you get notified, hopefully, when we go online there. And Jordan, imagine if a signal comes through, like, Alan, where have you been? Come back. You just hear it come through there in a similar voice to Alan's. Just, can you return Alan to us? And it's one of Alan's many ex-wives that he owes alien child support to. That's why he's come here to our Earth. Got the telescope out tonight. Oh, Synergy, I would love. Honestly, we haven't actually got a telescope, so we use a digital camera with a reasonable lens to look at the night sky there. But the telescope is on the list there. Some of the shots I see people getting of the moon and stuff, very jealous of that. And the CIA and NASA knew Atlas was coming for a while. They made contact, and they knew when it was coming there. Interesting. I mean, I've heard lots of rumours and stuff going around, but yeah, I don't know. And what are the government CIA holding information back? That's just what they do. It's organisations, isn't it? Like, it's the bureaucracy. Just I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw them there. Sean, welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from tonight? Do say hello. And Rachel, I think it's just a normal comment. To be fair, I feel like I have been neglecting them. Well, I mean, I don't think neglecting maybe a harsh word there, but maybe it's about getting in the zone, and maybe a bit of the meditation won't help there. And that's it. It was one of Alan's exes looking for him doing a drive-by. That's what it was. I'm sure he's around here somewhere, Sandra. That green git. He hasn't paid me money. He owes me 6,000 alien pets. Alan. He's giving me the side eye now, which is he agrees. It's just the vibes I feel towards them, but I'm sure they understand. Oh, I'm sure they do. Yeah, maybe you have to be in a certain zone there. Maybe that sort of like a regular meditation might help with being there and being present for that. So yeah, here we go. Come on, Mirzam is just on the cusp of being in rain there. I didn't even read the article. No wonder Alan's mad. I'd forgotten they'd mentioned him as well now. I wasn't sure what they would cut, because we did about a 20-minute or so interview, and I know they only do about 3 minutes for the audio. So I have no idea what they said. We interviewed a strange man in a green room with a soft toy alien that he thinks is real. I was meditating the other day and actually fell asleep. Oh, I wish I could do that. It just makes me feel worse, meditation. And I might need to talk to whoever was here on the 8th of November last year. Oh, God, that's quite a while back thinking then, isn't it? God, I can't remember last week. So come on, Mirza, I want to get you in range of the dish there. Increases our odds of a statistical detection. Where are we over and there? Yep, we're all good here and here. Everything's running smoothly, which, touch wood, is there. I would like to channel to them through the meditation. Oh, okay. I get what you mean, yes. Give it a go. Let us know how you get on. I need to really look at the CE5 stuff. I keep saying this. I keep saying it, and it is very much on the list. You know what? I'm going to write on my hand now. That's going to be after the stream thing, because I keep going, I want time, and I'm not making time for it. Let's write this down. Post-stream, once I've done my chores before bed, we're going to look at that there. And guided meditation is the way to go. I don't know if it's an ADHD thing, but I'm not got the patience for it. Like, my brain just chips in with other things. I've never got on with meditation there. I'm sure it's a user error issue. And we need their help. As humans, it is overdue. Well, it might be like with kids, maybe we have to find the answers ourselves. So maybe they're kind of monitoring to make sure that we don't do anything absolutely red alert. But maybe they kind of let us make a lot of those mistakes there, so we have the opportunity to learn. It probably means that CE5 is the tool for you, that aversion for it. God, can you imagine, if we did manage to do it, and we do go up on the hill fort, right? Because Pete he's skeptical. He doesn't necessarily think it's ridiculous. He's not one of those adamant skeptics there, but he's it hasn't been proven enough to him yet there. So that's why he's kind of, comes with us on these things yet. And we haven't managed to convince him otherwise yet. But can you imagine if we did do the CE5 and there was, just some sort of ridiculous encounter on the hill with him there? It'd be quite funny to catch his face, I think, as he gets abducted. Yeah, where are we? If you do try to do it alone, the ADHD just went, 100% there, Kate. 100%. I think the red alert is coming soon. It definitely feels like it. It definitely feels like it there. Taking Otis out there. We'll forgive you. And I am the same. Sitting still for meditation, and my ADHD just won't stay quiet. Have you found a good way of doing it? Like a workaround that works for you guys? I need to figure something out, I think, to try that one. I might be able to do it if we're doing... the red... Well, just general... The world. All of the weird and wonderful things that are going on in the world. But I mean, if we look back to history, and this is what I try and tell myself to reassure myself, and I don't honestly know how true it is, so take it as a an uninformed person's stab at trying to do things there. Zen, what do you mean shut up? No, keep talking. I haven't seen the rest of your messages there. Keep talking. We need you there. But yeah, so I think if we look back into the past, I mean, the Cold War, there were a number of times when the button was pressed. The world should have ended, and it hasn't. And we're not there on that front there. And we look to some of the things that are happening here in the UK, and I tell you what, my nervous system does not tell me that it's okay. It tells me that it is red alert, and we should be doing some very big things about that. But you know, we have lived in a time where there has been more restrictions, maybe not specifically the ones we have now, but I mean, you know, you look at the old what do you call it, the red threat in the 50s and the 60s, what they were like, you know, hunting out communism and stuff like that. There was no freedom of speech back then and things like that, so it is trying to look back through history and go, every battle that we have had, it's not that they've not come at a cost, it's not that they've not been important to win, but we have overcome them as a species. Everyone we have overcome. So, you know, doesn't guarantee it for the future, you know, there's always a challenge, but, you know, I think we've got to have some faith in it there. But that's not how I feel. And I find it difficult because I hate mouth noises, and half of the guides make clicky mouth noises. Oh, do they really? Oh, that's weird. And they have those stupid little fluffy mics. Oh, I get, yeah, that pick up tongue movements. Oh, like my one, the ASMR. Oh, I get ya. Yeah, that's a little bit too much detail, isn't it? And it's all a planned agenda. I definitely think that is a part of it, and I've been on the edge for a little while. There is no free speech even these days. Well, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. It feels like we're going into these new threats, but I don't think, you know, we've faced these problems before. Ultimately, we've faced these problems before, and even if you know, say, look, we will take. You know, the nuclear bomb versus fire, you know, and we can say, look, we learned how to handle fire, and we've got all of its benefits there. It's still dangerous, but we learned how to handle it. And then you go, yeah, but a nuclear weapon is so much more dangerous than fire. It is, but we're also so much more capable there. We have so much more social structures in place. We know so much more about science and nature and things like that than we did when we were, you know, apes around a fire trying to not to get burnt but cook our dinner. So there. And Rio, your voice is so calming. I can't agree, but thank you. There in America, it's the biggest country to always start the wars or have to take part in it. Jordan, well, that's because they're the top one, aren't they? It's like the alpha predator. They're the ones that do the most damage, and at the second, you know, but that is in question, isn't it? At the second. And I find ASMR physically and mentally oh my God, Kate, 100%. 100%. Okay, when the stream ends here on my phone, it scrolls through, and some people are doing the ASMR, and they're doing or whatever it is like that, and I'm like, what the hell? What the hell has humanity come to? I don't get it. I just don't get it there. And the Doomsday Clock says we are only 89 seconds to midnight. I mean, I think it's an interesting measure, but if I cannot believe that we are closer to midnight now than we were, which is basically it's a measurement, if you don't know, guys, of our threat. How close are we to nuclear war? And it takes into account all of the socio-political things that are going on to say how close is that threat. And I don't think we're far from midnight by any means, but I also don't think we are at the same point where we were in, was it the 80s? And what is it, Able Archer? Operation Able Archer, which the Russians thought we were preparing for an invasion and a first strike. I don't think we're closer to midnight than that at the minute, you know, so I don't know how much of it just gets politicized these days. But try telling the old nervous system that there. Something is definitely going on, and it's starting to get me nervous there. I feel it. I do feel it there, and that's what I fear in America. A word for it. Honestly, it's a risk, and it is always a risk there. But if it wasn't America, it'd be China or it'd be Russia. You know, that I think it's just an inherent property of power. You know, whoever, and somebody will always float to the top. It's physics, isn't it, there? But whoever's in charge are going to start to try and, you know, push their own agenda and push these things there. And light language. It's meant to be therapeutic. It is, but I don't get it. I don't get it at all. It's not therapeutic for me. I just don't get it there. The Cold War, yeah, so the Cold War was basically the post-war period to the early 90s of the fall of the Soviet Union, and they call it the Cold War because it wasn't a hot war. It wasn't actual fighting and direct combat. What it was just the big standoff between, the Russia and America, basically, and everybody else basically caught in between there. You know, the big arms race there, so they call that period the Cold War. And the EU is the biggest corrupt organisation about, and Trump is just taking back control. I mean, this is the thing, without getting like political either way, like this is it. Corruption will go across all parties, all platforms, and everything. It's just part of it. Like, I don't think there are good politicians. I don't think there can be good politicians there. They're all going to be corrupt. It's the nature of them. Can we get to a point where they're not? 100%. But I think we have to do everything else within society to then get us there, like that. So whichever side. And I have my own personal preferences. But I think it's across the board. And this day and age, if we get called to war, 90% will say no and pro. Oh yeah, they would nowadays. We haven't got the same thing. Because we're all not also as aligned as we were at like those national levels. Back in the day, you know, we were much smaller. You know, our experience of the world was much more localized. So therefore, our highest individual identification level did tend to be national. But now, I've got international friends. I can see people online in international countries that you wouldn't have seen before, you know, and so I am also like that sort of global citizen level. That's a bigger part of my identity than it was of previous generations that didn't have those things. So yeah, to fight for the small things is harder and harder there. And any three of them, yeah, America, Russia, China, and Iran. I mean, this is it. And if it wasn't those, if it flipped the other way as well, and and it was Ireland that suddenly had all of the power, just picking Ireland as a random nation there, then that would be the same. You know, that it's the nature, I think, of it there. It is there. And Roscoe as well, thank you for the share. Do appreciate that, guy. I know we're going to have a bit of a tangent as we're waiting for those alien radio signals to do there. But you wonder how much of all of this plays into our interpretation of the phenomena, maybe the activity of the phenomena, because we talk about it literally, don't we? Potentially keeping an eye on us and maybe monitoring our weapons and our movements and things like that on a militaristic sense. So does the activity increase in times like this? Because it feels like it's definitely increasing. Could it be like that? Going to see a lot of changes in the world, quite probably. And the fall of the Berlin Wall and the end of the Cold War were like 10 minutes to midnight. So to think that we're 89 seconds, see, that's what I meant. That's what I mean. I mean, if you're telling me that the fact that there were immediately, as soon as the Soviet Union fell, there were hundreds of nuclear weapons unaccounted for and potentially being sold to bad actor states. Are you telling me that we're closer to midnight now than when there were hundreds of unknown nuclear weapons floating around the place? You know, I can't. I don't think, not you particularly, but if they're saying that, and I wouldn't want anything to happen to any of you. I think that totally. And I think that's what the joy of our little community, isn't it? There across the board there. So our glorious leader Alan will, I don't think he'll save us. I think what he's waiting to do, he's waiting for us to get distracted enough by our own internal shenanigans, and then he's going to swoop in when we're all tired of fighting. And that's Alan's it there, biting them away. He's just lining us up, and he doesn't hide it. He tells us quite literally. He's told you many a times on the stream that his plan is to get you guys to buy your own Allans. So, to start the invasion. And what do you guys do? You go off and get your own Allans. You're falling straight into his trap there. Oh, and climate change seems to be so close to midnight now. They're including that into it. Jesus. I mean, not commenting on the climate change thing, but I thought it was a nuclear one. I thought that was the whole point of it there. They're just throwing into anything now, aren't they? And can one of us start building a bunker we can hide in, please, so the government can't find us? I would have loved to have done that. I got this close to purchasing a long time ago in a past life a massive nuclear bunker. I was so close to doing it, but the deal fell through at the last minute. And yeah, my plan was to hide in it. So there would be no stream. There would have been nothing else. It'd just be me in probably a very damp nuclear bunker somewhere in Suffolk. Very different scene there. But Rachel, actually, to be fair, they pretty much are. But you know what they're great at doing? Keeping people out. Just keeping the general public at bay. No cold callers. We're supposed to meet in Shanna's dad's garden, but we haven't seen her in a while. Yeah, that's probably why she didn't want us all coming there. It was giving the game away. Oh, where are we there? Zena, Sam, did you hear about the music heard in the solar system? It was a Neptune. Alan with PM there. You're still going for those Christmas crackers. Still going through them there. Yeah, guys, if you are just joining us, we are doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight there. We are searching on the hydrogen line. That is that yellow line at the top of the screen there, and it is the channel on the radio dial that scientists theorize we are most likely to hear a message from ET should they be out there sending the signals there. So do make sure you're following. We do something like this every night there. And A-Up approves of your joke there, Zina, said it was very, very funny. I think Kate's laughing as well there, so you're getting an audience over there. If you want to see those jokes firsthand, remember you can find us on those ones as well. They're the horizontal ones at the Thing UFO. You can see a little bit more of the screen, so there we go. That's what it looks like. See, there's more analysis going on the sides and the bottom that you guys can't see there. And Brad, how are we doing? Brad, good to see you. We're all good. We are back to an alien radio signal hunt. I did realise that I said we'd probably do a gaming stream tonight, and I'd forgotten. And then I came online. So if the weather's crap tomorrow as well, we'll do that. Probably. Then so Mirzam is now in range of our dish, and we've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars, including Sirius there, that is getting very close. So Mirzam is a star 500 light years away from us there. So if we were to get that signal through today and it came from Mirzam there, it would have been sent 500 years ago relative to us, trying to get our heads around these darn distances there. See, I thought I was losing it a bit with all of these 100 days of January. Honestly, Kate, that's the best way to put it. It's like January the month with 500 days dragging out there. And looking at the forecast, it's defo going to be a rather rubbish weather tomorrow. Right, a gaming stream it probably is tomorrow then. I might also, I don't know if I'll be able to do it tomorrow because I'm meant to be in office, so I won't have a chance to get up on the roof and adjust the dish. But if not, there is the other possibilities. Not just doing the general radio signal hunt like we're doing now, but we can do targeted radio signal hunts. So we did this last time, and I'll probably do it again for Tau SETI. Then that is a star at about 11 light years from us here on Earth, so very, very close. But the most important part about this, it's an Earth-like star. A Sun-like star, a G-type star there. So it's very, very close to our star. And we know planets in its habitable zone there. And because we know how stable those stars are, there very much could be life. Very strong possibility of life there. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll align the dish with to come in line for Tau SETI there, and see if we can pick up any radio signals there. Because in the past, apparently, there have been some, again, anomalous signals detected from that star. But tonight, Sirius is still a pretty good candidate, and that is coming in range in the next few minutes there. It's all good. I am glad to hear it there, Brad. Have you been making the most of the weather here, or the snow? Doing a bit of home skiing? And you've got snow yet here? No, we haven't got it yet here. No, it's now just overcast and rainy. None of the good stuff here. And a lot of folks think that they will come forward from abductees and experiences like myself. Oh, hold on. What will come forward? Sorry, Rachel, I didn't catch the first part of that. Or I've totally forgotten, which is probably more likely that I've totally forgotten what I was talking about. To the response to it. There's what Bags is in. How are we doing? Look at that. That's that noise. I'm never going to get tired too much to think of this. Listen. Very interesting there. That is the early universe. the sounds of the Big Bang left over still echoing around there in deep space. And we have got 15 centimetres of snow forecast tomorrow evening. I mean, I'm still getting over. I said, as we mentioned last night, I don't drive anymore, but I'm still have that ingrained that, oh God, it's snowing, just makes everything a lot bloody harder. And I don't drive, I don't need to stress. I could enjoy it if it snows there. Oh, the Galactic Federation. There's got to be, I think just like logically, there's got to be something like that out there. What it specifically might look like, I don't know, but logic dictates that life is probably abundant, and I'm a big fan that civilizations probably are as well, which would make sense that a certain degree of those are very, very active in travelling, and if there are multiple civilizations out there, then they're either going to be fighting each other or they're going to be working together under some sort of alliance there. So I think it's highly probable that somewhere out there there is a Galactic Federation there. No, and I hate the snow. I had the day off for birthday, so just chilled with family and relaxed. It was your birthday. I knew we had somebody coming in today for the birthday. I'm like, but was it Brad? Or was it Cosmic? I couldn't remember specifically. So happy birthday there, Brad. Ours has finally cleared up this evening, and there's more stupidness forecast. Oh, we've just got miserable weather being forecast for us. B, hello.
Thank you for the alien pet skies.
Oh, that's clever of Alan. Saying two things at once there. Oh, B.
Nom nom nom, thanks, guys.
Thank you for that. Thank you for all the gifts there. Where are we? Down in the chat. Oh, the Council of 5 or leaders in general. Good work. They've upgraded the weather warning from yellow to amber. I think it's just rain here, just like in Star Wars. I mean, there's a plausibility to it there. He's multiplying. Oh, don't tell me that. They're like gremlins. And did I ever tell you about the weird dream? Oh, maybe, but tell us again, Rachel. I want to hear it there in case I've forgotten. There. No worries, Brad. I hope you had a fantastic day. Was you spoilt? The correct answer is yes. Spoilt by the family there. If not, put the missus on and we'll get Alan to talk to her about that. How are you doing, B? Good to see you in. How has your day been today? He's most definitely multiplying. He's turned up with you there. So yeah, anyway, guys, you are joining us for an alien radio signal hunt tonight. We've got summer activity, but again, it's probably going to be some sort of interference here. Look, we've got two little ridges here, one of them exactly where we would expect to see it. Oh, when is Alan's birthday? That is a good question, V. I think it's in September. Let's have a look. Right. September. Listen, I am sure I took a picture of Alan when we got him. So there will be an image. I might just scroll past the pictures of Alan in lingerie from one of our last movie clubs. Okay. Before then, the sticker from Alan. Okay, right. It was sometime around the end of August. Which makes sense. Oh, actually, I'll have it on a spreadsheet somewhere, actually. So, yeah, it'll be towards the end of August. Maybe that's when we should align doing our meetup then, because August, good weather. It means the chances of clearer skies or whatever. And we can align it, it can be Alan's birthday bash. We'll hire out like a village hall or a function suite at one of the local pubs, and we'll have, happy birthday Alan, and they'll be like, oh, somebody's called Alan's having his birthday. That's nice. Everyone's here for Alan. So who's the birthday boy? All of the leaders from the Galactic Federation came down in numbers and got hold of our nuke there, did they? I mean, I've heard of the interactions with the nukes, that they totally disabled them. And B as well, so fun nuts, yeah. The dog's having surgery, oh my god. and the internet just came back on. Oh dear, V, that is not a good day there as well. And obviously you saved that. And we've got to say, yeah, save Alan's birthday date. Alistair's is the first movie club I attended, which was an invasion of the body snatchers. Oh, that wasn't too long ago, was it, B? There you go. We'll be able to find that one because I would have taken screenshots or when we just posted it. So we'll be able to do that one. Birthday party for Alan there. I think I got Lyra out in November or end of October time. Yeah, because it was quite soon after, wasn't it? So it's perfect there. We all rock up with Alan's family. So now it's a family gathering. That's what it is. I wish the Galactics would come here and take all of the weapons. I don't know. Like, this is one thing. Like, I totally agree. You know, kids with matches that we're dangerous with them. I honestly totally get it there. But the thought popped into my head once, and I haven't been able to shake it since then. That what if their main reason for being obsessed with our nukes isn't the benevolence of that they're trying to save us? What if it is that that's the only effective defense that we have? Because we do know there are reports of nuclear weapons taking out UFOs and being caught in the blast and things like that. So maybe there's something about them that that is dangerous there to them. I don't know. I'm not saying it's definitely true, but it's just the back of my mind. There's like, maybe it's just the distrustful nature of me there. Oh, you're September the 5th, Azenas. You're closer to Alan's birthday there. We'll do a joint party. Brad, I reckon we have to come dressed as Alan to make him feel comfortable. Yeah, we'll all get those costumes. The inflatable alien ones, like that kind of makes it look like you're being abducted. So it's like the alien behind you, but you put your legs in. It's like you're being held by the alien, and there's some fake legs on the front. Like, oh, we've got to get one of them for the stream as well there. And got rid of them for good, so we could all finally live in a more peaceful world. We're human. We would find something else to hit each other with, wouldn't we? There. And bring the Sainsbury's carrier back. That's just cruel. And maybe that is who keeps an eye on the military bases. Well, apparently, yeah, they do, don't they? They're definitely observing them there. I think we're going to do that. I think if they were going to do, they would have done it a millennium ago. Well, that is actually a very strong argument there for that one, because we do say, don't we? It does look like the phenomena has been going on for a very, very, very long time. I don't think it's clear that it's necessarily that much more active now. It does feel it, but I don't know if it is. So, if that is the case, if they've had millennia to do it, why wouldn't they have done it already there? I think it's a very, very strong argument for that one, Rachel. So I appreciate you bringing that one up there. And I would get one, but my hubby would 100% spray that. I think they just do. All they want to do is help. I mean, that's definitely more probable if you look at the scheme of time. The other answer is that we're their little experiment. There as well, isn't it? There, that could be the other thing, that we're just the experiment. That's why they haven't invaded, because they're in control anyway. But they don't want us escaping the petri dish. What cake do you reckon is Alan's favourite type of cake if we're going to get him a birthday cake? Do they do like an alien Colin the Caterpillar? If you're not from the UK, you won't know what we're talking about there. Paul as well, thank you for the gifts. How are you doing, Paul? And thank you for...
Nom nom nom, thanks, guys.
Feeding Alan there. I'm still of the school of thought that we are a simulation. I like the simulation. Not that I like it and I want it to be true, but I think there's a lot to it there. And I don't know how much I believe it, because I don't know if you guys noticed this, but definitely in myself, that I can get mistaken. I can mistake my belief for something with how much it fits, if that makes sense there. So if you tell me a good story, and there's a difference between a good story and a bad story. It's not just personal preference, sometimes they're just, but when a story fits, it's like with music, each key is compatible with the next one. It's not that jarring off key. Same with stories there. So like when there's a good story, a good explanation like that, my belief immediately goes, that feels like it fits there. And it might just be that I like it as a story. So, what would Colin the Caterpillar, but the alien version, be called? What's an alien name? Cosmic the Caterpillar? just the human in us wanting all things to line up. Yeah, possibly. It could just be that, couldn't it? But I have to check myself a bit, because I go, wait a minute, do I actually believe that? Or am I just drawn to it because it flows, it's hitting all the points? And saw a video yesterday about CERN and the year 2012 and how time started to go faster since then, which showed we are in a simulation. So my little take on the simulation one is, because the more you look, the more there is evidence of that. That's the first, the universe so far, to better experiments, does seem to work, at the very least computationally, there. I think that maybe it's not so much that we are simulated, but that's just how reality works. That's how it's functioned. That's how the back end runs in those same ways. That's what I would guess. And again, that as an idea, I don't know how much I believe it, but that's something that I would hear, that's just how reality works there. But I don't know for you guys. So 2012 and CERN, I remember that at the time. But for me, 2016, like, if you're to tell me at any point in my life's experience there that at some point we shifted to a different timeline, 2016 felt very different. Like in that weird way. It wasn't just little things or big things that being different. It just felt like it was A and B. Like we're on the dark timeline there. Oh, there we go. For that one. And has anyone seen the jellyfish UFO? Oh yeah, that one's a good looking one, isn't it? With dangly bits there. There's been a few of them apparently, but I've only seen one video there. CERN are bad, stay away from them. Well, apparently physics is almost done with that sort of technology. There were talks about building bigger and bigger ones, and they're still technically talking about it, but China's just said no. Physicists, you've just been throwing good money after bad. We're not building you any more big toys like that. So at least in China they're not doing it, so that'll probably push the trend away. And it's the as above, so below for me, everything being a smaller version of everything. Now, these rules and these patterns do seem to transfer at those different levels there. And 2020, I actually agree, yeah, 2020 was very, very jarring for there. But at least there was kind of like that explains it. There was a big event for me. There, Bougie's in, how are you doing? And Brad, so do you think this simulation thing is because we have made games and computers more lifelike? Yeah, exactly. So that is what I think. I think that we have unconsciously created things and discovered the rules for how to make things, subconsciously based on how the world really works there. And I think, yeah, so it's not necessarily that we're in a computer, we've just modeled computers on reality. And again, that's a theory. I have no way to back it up, but it's just a different way of looking at it there. Because definitely I studied, not necessarily in an academic sense, but psychology quite in depth. And the more you look at the brain and how we process and store information, the more software comparable it becomes there, like ridiculously so. So I think it's there. I think that is what's going on. We're building these tools based on how things work in reality there, but these are just our digital versions of an organic structure. And even though I can't function as efficiently oh, okay, what's the first part? I think they got filtered out there. Are you seeing the quantum computers where they go off into dimensions to find answers? Yeah, that is one of the ways, isn't it, that they think those quantum computers can work there. And they said it's and they recently, there's a ridiculous one that basically said that they think it's a case for proving the multiverse theory, because there is no way a computer just operating in this dimension could have done so many computations in that period of time. It would have taken like hundreds of years to do it there. There just wasn't the physical time. So it's a good argument for that. I haven't looked into it, but I think it's an interesting one there, because that is part of what they think there is. It's operating in superpositions there, so it can think of more than one in a go there. Guys, if you are just joining us, we are doing a live alien radio signal hunt today. So we're searching the hydrogen line, that's that yellow line on top of the screen there, and it's the channel on the radio dial where scientists think that if ET is out there, that is the channel they would leave a message for another alien civilization there. We've heard some interesting ones over the years, like the WOW signal we heard right there back in the 70s, but we're listening out for more of those today. The star Sirius and the other star Murzem are both in range of our dish ish now. So we're pointing over to them. With the Earth's rotation, we're going to sweep on over and off of those stars over time. But right now they're in range. And Sirius is 8.6 light years away. That's not far at all. So we have a very good chance at detecting signals should they be being sent this way from that star. So guys, say hello if you're new here. I'd love to hear from you in the chat. But also, do give us a follow. We do something like this every night, and if it's a clear sky, we do a live UFO UAP skywatch, and we're based in Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. So well, these are the skies to be watching for the phenomena there, and hopefully you'll get that notification when we go live if you're following there. And Brad, which in turn makes us think it's a simulation, like the Truman Show is real because it's made it. Yeah, I think that's the loop there. Or definitely it's a theory that I would like more intelligent people than me to explore and find answers for. Because I definitely think that computational algorithms and compression do come into play into reality more than we would think. There, Harko.
Thank you for the alien pets, guys.
Thanks for feeding Alan. And I think it's more that our universe is so old, and that the chance that we are a base a reality there. So, well, that was a good argument. That was old. Musk, I think, said that at some point, didn't he? He said, like, if you do the maths, and again, I don't know how good he is at doing the maths on these, but it was that, look, if you follow technological development, right, then at some point someone is going to get that ability there to make a new universe, to simulate a universe. At some point that will happen there. And if that is then possible, what is the chances that our reality is the base reality there? And apparently it's a very, very, very low chance as well. Civilization is ridiculously slim. Well, that's the other part of the equation, isn't it there? I said, you 2020? I didn't have to deal with people. So oh, yeah, there we go. I call that, yeah. What's the other? Let me scroll through there. And Aria the robot and the Tesla robots. Oh, that's gonna, that's gonna be a new interesting one, isn't it? There, that is very, very Terminator. Getting them sort of robots now with AI, that's not a recipe for success. It answers a question. It would take a normal computer, one with 27 zeros after the years. Yeah, so that is it. So it answered the question that fast. So it's like, well, how else would it do it unless it had access to that computational space in other dimensions? Info sleeping. It's Thursday here now. Oh, later, Harko. Thank you for joining us. And Bougie as well. Thank you for the heart. Appreciate that there. And Trisha as well. That's what my cat is called after the dog Sirius. Love it. The dog star. Well, say hello to the cat. You got to tag us in pictures if you post any. There. No robots in my house. No ghosts in my house. I mean, as long as they've got a big red stop button on them that actually works. No, I'd let a few other people get them first. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, doing some housework, that might be pretty useful there. Go outside and put the camera up for the skywatch. Actually, yeah, no, that would be useful. Get one of those little, you've seen the little robot dogs? They call them Spot the Dog, don't they, from Boston Dynamics, those little yellow dog robots. I think one of them would be useful. Take on our skywatches, have like the whole like camera on it, could just go around investigating for aliens. Oh my god, Co-op started delivering robots locally. What? No robots, ghosts are okay. No ghosts in the house, that's the rule. I don't know, I'd let a robot in if I were doing housework. Yeah. I mean, housework, potential robot overthrowing you. It's a risk I might be more willing to take there. I wonder why the ETs are warning us over AI. I would have ghosts over robots anyway. No. Not for me. I'm very scared of ghosts, aren't I? But yeah, no, they're all big threats. They all have a massive potential to go wrong. And I don't think we can understate them at all. But I said, we are the civilization that has overcome every barrier that has come its way to date. But yeah, I'd be tempted for a little Spot the Dog alien hunting robot. But why? This might be an interesting answer in this. So if we are seeing ET and we're seeing, you know, these, or people are reporting to have these encounters of the third kind there, little green men are landing and doing whatnot, why don't they use robots? If that's the way to go and they are that far advanced, why are they not using robots? Well, to go back to one of our deep dives, maybe the aliens that we do see are, maybe they are biological robots. I'm trying to yawn. Oh god. But yeah, maybe they are biological robots, because there's a strong argument that that may be why they're all looking the same as well. So maybe it's robots, but it's easier to just grow them than make them there. And Ghost, yes, I feel I can control them more than a robot. See, that's where it comes from. Like, I feel I can control a robot more than a ghost. But it probably comes from, like, that lack of familiarity. Like, for me, I don't have any, like, real direct... I mean, I've seen a few spooky things, but I don't have that real direct to and fro relationship with the phenomena. A lot of you guys are more connected, have more experiences. You know what it's like there. Whereas I don't, so it's just big and scary, and I don't know the rules about it. Whereas robots, I know, at the very least, I can hit it, or I can burn it, and, you know, I can fall back on that. I think that's why a lot of us refuse to use it, even if it's in our technology today. It's a difficult one. It is, and it's absolutely everywhere now, isn't it? There, and who says they don't? Our suites of tech. Oh, suits of tech. Well, the deep dive suggested they were by 100% be. Exactly, they did. And speaking of deep dives, we've got another one coming up Friday, 11 PM over there on the Patreon. If you do want to join us, if you use the link in a bio, it is free for a month there, so you better catch 2 deep dives and all watch all the past ones back. But we're going to be looking at the Condon report, aren't we? We're going to be starting that long read through of that one there, which is one of the first official reports into the UFO phenomena there, and it's done for the US Air Force back in the 60s. So it's going to be an interesting one there. Trisha, they fake that they use real dogs in the advertisements. Oh my, yes, some of the adverts, they're doing it now. It is crazy. What is it that somebody sent me a video the other night, and it was of it was like an Urbex's video, and they were going through what was claiming to be like the decaying left behind abandoned sets from the moon landings there. And it's one of the few AI videos where there wasn't, that I noticed anyway, any of those weirdnesses that give it away as AI. AI has normally got like a sort of only way I can describe it is a sort of a sheen. Like, you know, when something's meant to be gloss but it's matte, and you go, that's a bit weird. Like, there's a texture to AI normally, and there's a little bit of weirdness there. But this video, to mine, didn't have any of it there. Now, I didn't believe it because I thought they wouldn't have just left everything behind if they had faked the moon landings and stuff like that. But yeah, it looked really, really, really good quality, and it's only going to get better, isn't it there? Jordan, on mutated humans from the future after biological warfare. Well, it very much could be, and I think we spoke about before, that even just the evolutionary trends would explain what they look like there. But why wouldn't they be using robots? Like, either there's a reason, like they say with AI, maybe AI is just too dangerous to use. It goes, maybe using robots is too dangerous to use to that degree there, because we don't see any alien robots, do we? That's never something that comes up there. So why wouldn't you use it in the future if you're so much more advanced there? I have neither in my house. That's probably the best position, Rachel. And what if you burn it and a zombie walks at you though? I mean, drop kick it, you know, I'll just chuck it Alan to chew on for a while. But you can't do that with a ghost. Also, you don't have a choice on the spooky stuff. Appalachia is my... There we go, yeah. Yeah, you just don't want to add robots to the mix on that one there. The carpet sweepers are robots now. And Alexa, they all listen, they do. I mean, I've got one of those robot vacuum cleaners. And... it's not very smart. if you want to feel safe that the robot apocalypse isn't coming, get a robot vacuum cleaner. There. Stick to the old school. Well, things like that will just become more and more valuable. Keep mishearing it. Oh, every time I go to say it, I'm like, I overdo it and probably pronounce it even worse every time there. And E. Coombs, how are you doing? Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? And I will need to drop off now. See you later. Hey, up. Thank you for joining us. No, it's a late one for you now. I'm sure we'll switch back to better times at some point. And Mum noticed it when someone talking. Ah. Oh, wait, your mum notices IR, so infrared. And the King Charles at Christmas was was it? I mean, I didn't even watch it, but I can't believe they would be wanting to do that, although it's not very well, so maybe. There's a tiny aspect to the voices. There is, there's always something, isn't there? It's I find it hard to describe what it is. Sometimes it's bloody obvious, and you go, why has he got a hand coming out of his ear there? But even when the ones that are good, like, they've ticked all the boxes, there's a feeling to it. And maybe that is why they are warning us about AI. Well, it's got so many potential pitfalls, like so many. I mean, just look at non-AI technology and how social media has caused so many problems for us. And we still haven't got our heads fully around that now, have we? We're starting to try and figure that one out. We weren't aware of the costs. Some of these costs are quite delayed generationally. There's Zoe as well. Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? We don't even have a smart meter. I don't want a smart meter, but we have them, sadly. By their mouth movements. Yes, that's a good shout. There's certain things. But I'm sure at some point it is probably going to just get so much better there. And Briss as well, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Guys, if you are new here, just like those guys, do give us a follow and say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. How do you feel about the UFO, the alien phenomena there? Do you think we're all alone out there in the vastness of the universe? Or is alien life absolutely abundant? Maybe it's visiting us here, maybe somewhere in the middle. Let us know how you feel about that. And also, more importantly, if you've got a story, if you've had an experience there that you cannot explain, we'd love to hear about that whilst we're waiting for the action to happen on screen. Right now, we have got 4 stars at least in range of our dish. But we're listening out to see if we get a message from them. The messages will be very short in nature there. That is due to the Earth's rotation. So again, any signal will only be on screen for between 30 and 90 seconds there. But we've got Sirius, Mirzam, Adara, and Wazen. Is it Wazen? Yeah, Wazen is in range of the dish now, so keep an eye out. To see if we get any of those signals really clear on screen. We should hear it as well. That's what that sound is in the background. Smart meters are cool. I can manage it all on my phone, and I'm aware of the problem. But that's the thing, Kate. This is the thing. It's never... it's always a trade-off with these things. Like, you talk about the real threats of any new technology or new system is that there is always a carrot as well as the stick, isn't there? There's always the positive. And then there's always a cost for not adopting these new things as well, isn't there? Because, if, for example, we as a nation said, we're just not going to use AI. We don't agree with it, we don't like it, and we banned it fully here in the UK. Well, other nations then that were using AI, because there are clear benefits to it as well, they would be so much more productive. Maybe they would figure out more complex problems, they would solve more things. Like, we would get left behind, with it as well. So it's never a clear trade-off, is it, with these things? And the convenience of convenient, I'm down that rabbit hole now, Kate. I'm a sucker for it. Like, the old man's constantly moaning at me going, you've got to use cash. Don't use digital all of the time, other stuff, and I'm like, but I just tap and go. I haven't had to touch cash in years. I'm sure that will get me flagged on TikTok now, mentioning that. I've turned my smart meter off. Oh, using my electronic defeats the objects. Can you override it there? I remember back in the day, Pete hears that one. Back in the day, there people used to bodge their old gas meters, didn't they? They would plumb in a secret pipe before the meter that fed into the house, and they'd try and disguise it by wrapping it installations and things like that. And then they'd hardly use their meter and not get charged for it like that. It'd come across them every now and again. You get, you clever so and so. And as B says there, do join us over on our Discord there. We've got a really cool little community over there full of those first-hand personal experiences, plus lots of free AI and the general UFO, UAP topic there, so it's worth joining us over there. Link at the top of our bio if you do want to meet us over there. We do a monthly movie club, and it has now been voted on this month. We're going to be watching The Vast of Night. It's on Amazon Prime. It's a really good independent alien film there, and you'll probably see why I like it if you've not seen it yet, because it is a really, really good one. So join us for that one. I think it's going to be the 30th, is it? It's going to be the last Friday of January there at 10 p.m. UK time. So we all watch it on our own Amazon Primes and everything like that, but we chat along in the Discord at the same time. So do join us for that one. Always a threat. Rachel, 100% there. But tap. Exactly. It is too easy. And it keeps track of it as well. You know, you can see all your payments and things. They still do it with the electric. The cheeky so-and-sos. I've just got no time for that. Like when I was younger as well, I was always trying to be clever with things. You know, whether it was with computers and technology, always trying to be clever. I ain't got the time nowadays, or the care there. Joseph, how are we doing there? And peace as well to yourself there. What's that? I'm excited for that one because it's one of my favourite UFO ones. So I'm glad we're going to be watching that one because it's a very, very good one. And you can just log in and watch the spend shame spiral play out. Oh, it's bad because you get used to how good it is at tracking your payments, then all of a sudden it does muck it up and like delays a payment or something. You go, where did that money go? Oh. And Trish as well, have you seen the news where Elton's ex-guy is doing not nice? What? Oh God, no, I've not seen that. No, what are the Elton's? Oh God, no. I mean, these are things that we're going to have to learn to figure out, aren't we? The rules around all of this sort of stuff there. Weird. Anyway. But yeah, it's going to be a strange new world. But as I said millions of times before, we have managed to overcome all of these things, haven't we, in the past? We've managed to get there. What we're using it, how are you doing there, Michael? So we have got a large radio antenna out in the garden there, and it comes in to the computer through some various amplifiers and filters. And yeah, this comes into what's called software-defined radio. So it's basically an adapter, just brings like your old-school radio receiver into your computer, and that's that top half bit there. This is the live signals coming in across all those different frequencies there, and that is the line of interest for us there, the old hydrogen line. That's where we've heard those weird messages before, and where this is where it's happened before, and where we would expect it to be coming back again there. And all of this extra stuff here is the signal analysis. That is how we're going to look at anything that comes in here and understand that signal better. Where are we? Why do we get worse at tech as we get older, even though we've been raised to adapt to it? Do we just give up at a point? Is it that we've got less energy? I don't know there. Oh, was it the weekend? Oh, weird. Yeah, I keep out the news now. I can't. I've got barely enough for the day-to-day, let alone all the existential dread for it. But yeah, Michael, yeah, it's an interesting one. These signals are very, very rare, but the frequency of these signals being detected is actually going up there. So we also do an UFO UAP skywatch. There's some footage of what it looks like in the night sky here over where we are now in Wiltshire. So when it's a clear sky, we do that, and when it's cloudy, we do this instead. Our statistical odds do increase, though, the more that we do it, but it is a bit of a right place or right time sort of thing. bit of a lottery to get it there. Let me scroll through here. When are we gaming? So, either possibly tomorrow night there to give us a little bit of a break, because I think, so the weather isn't looking good tomorrow. So let's have a quick double check. Oh, God, no. Yeah, that is looking grey clouds, rain, or maybe even a bit of snow. Maybe. Probably unlikely. So we might do a gaming stream tomorrow. There's a chance then that Friday and Saturday we might get a little bit of a skywatch in again. Oh, Sunday snow again. Oh, what's the overall? It's going down to -1. Yeah, it looks like things are warming up. Generally, though, that'll be my heating bill. Will be much more appreciated for that. And Rust, how are you doing? Is this still at home? Oh, do you mean, is it SETI at home still? So there was a program years ago, wasn't there, that the SETI organisation there, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, they put it out there, and what it would be like a screensaver that when you weren't using your computer, would process all of their recorded data to see if there was a signal in amongst all of the noise. So this isn't, it's what SETI's doing, but it's not the same one there. So this is actually our own dish, and we're listening live right now. So at the minute, our dish is pointed up to the night skies, and these are live signals coming in from Sirius, Mearzam as a star, Weazen there. These are all stars that are in range of our dish right now. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. But it's similar in the sense that we are searching for those potential alien radio signals there. Did you do that back in the day? Lots of our group did it and miss it there. And if not, we have found the best treasure, friendship. Exactly there, B. And I say, it's all about the friends you make along the way. But yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stars in at the minute. We've got a 5th one that is coming in range soon there as well. Rust as well. Can you broadcast out? So we can't. No, this is just receiving only at the minute. Yeah, we'd like to do that, but to be honest, the power required to send a message out there into deep space is just so ridiculously high. We wouldn't really have the tools to do it, and technically it's illegal to do that. I mean, in theory, we would like to send out at least a symbolic message at some point, so it might be something to do on the list. You didn't know? Well, I don't know. I think I did. I remember it, but I don't remember necessarily if I actually didn't just download it and did it successfully. But lots of our community do miss that, and they might be bringing it back in like an app form that you can then download and process those signals for the SETI organisation. But they did apparently detect something now back in the day during those the SETI at Home program. There's somebody's computer there was responsible for potentially decoding an interesting signal. Now officially they said it was probably radio interference there, or a satellite or something like that, but the key word is there probably. That's not very scientific. They weren't able to prove that it was, in the same way that they weren't able to prove that it was aliens there, but it's an anomalous signal there that fitted all the criteria of what an alien radio signal we would expect to look like, where we would expect to find it. And there have been quite a few of these signals that get wrote off quite easy when there's not clear evidence for it there. The WOW signal, it's called the WOW signal for a reason. It was a WOW, wasn't it, there? And that was the late 70s. And yeah, amazing. It was exactly what you'd expect an alien radio signal to look like, where we would have expected to find it. Again, this frequency right here, the hydrogen line. But there have been more. There have been so many more, which I didn't really know about. But we had said the BLC1 signal there. That was our closest stellar neighbour. Those rumours is that it is still there, and it's repeating from old Proxima Centauri there. But there was a scientist that was going for, I think it's for their dissertation. They were posing the idea of like, how could we search to see if aliens are actually using lasers to communicate, using flashes of laser light. And basically went and did that for his dissertation and went, we've got a lot of candidates, like hundreds of candidates, and they've only been looking over a little bit of that telescope data. So what it is, rather than having telescope time themselves and looking live, what most of this is done is those big telescopes there, visual ones and radio telescopes, they just sit there, they do their recording, and then the scientists kind of just download the data as and when they do it at a later stage there. Which is one of the big problems when we're doing this search, is if they do find a candidate signal, they don't realise until very late in the day, and at which point they can't get a second dish to then confirm that signal source there. So, You know, that's just one of the problems that gets in the way of it. But yeah, this guy thinks, and they've run tests that it's going out for peer review now, but it is looking for, yeah, it is looking like there is signs that there are lasers being used for communication, which is interesting because obviously a laser is a techno-signature there. It's only, as far as we know, technology that can make light as intense like that and precise, but also it's directional. So if we're actually seeing the lasers here, it means they are being pointed at us, which is really interesting. There's hundreds of potential candidates for that there. And what about subspace communication? Oh, I don't really know that. I know that the stuff that we have, though, as humans, that's up there, like our rovers and orbiters and things like that, they're relatively low powered. So you have to have like a really, really, really big dish to pick those up there for those man-made ones. But essentially, we are listening out to see if the aliens have got a more powerful signal. And can we pick up just the faint echoes of whatever it is of that is left? And will they put a new space station up there, or just keep updating it? Well, they're talking about re-entering it, aren't they? Burning it up, because it's getting to the end of its useful life. They keep extending the date there, and they did put a contract out to the SpaceX One there to deorbit it in a few years' time to bring it down safely and burn it up, which would be a spectacular sight. But other people have said, no, look, let's use that space station to build a new one, add the bits on, and then we'll just get rid of the old bit. Private companies are looking at doing their own space station, so it is looking like now that it probably won't be a governmental one. It'll probably be some sort of private space version of it now, which is what happens, you know, when technology starts out. It's normally the government that is the first there, because it is very expensive to develop with those sorts of ones, and then private companies take over when it's financially viable too. At a later date, but the Chinese, they've got a space station up there as well at the minute, and that'll be there for a few more years there. And the government know just will not to tell us. I feel so as well there, and that is that they use wormholes and space warp. So Ross, yeah, I totally there. We did one of our deep dives actually looking at how you can do. It was the scientific paper on real life wormholes and warp drives there without breaking physics, and you know it looks very possible. And there are signs that we are seeing that being used there. If we look back to all of the classic UFO images that we've seen, the videos and stuff, not all of them, but definitely a lot of them are showing what we would expect the use of a warp drive to look like, the way of the gravitational lensing and the light interactions and things like that. That's what we're actually seeing in that UFO image there as well. But part of that paper was, you know, like how can we detect, or the next paper we read was how could we detect it, and we don't actually have the sensors, although in theory we could, but we just don't have any of them sitting there. A space station on the moon, I think that'd be pretty cool. A little hotel on the moon. I mean, God, if they could just get a telescope on the moon, like a radio telescope there, how sensitive that would be with on the far side of the moon there, with no interference from our Earth-based signals. Oh, God, the things that they could pick up there would be insane. I have the feeling we are about to have a space race 2.0 with all of that happening in the world. Well, to be honest, the space race was one of the benefits of the Cold War, wasn't it? You know, it was that competition there that drove the investment and the advances in that we've, you know, been able to take away from it. So a little bit of spare pressure on the space side of things, it wouldn't be too much of a problem. Sorry guys, it looks like we've hit that point of the night, just before midnight, where something decides to... Normally TikTok goes first, because that wasn't my network, but then we'll see if my network does it then closer to midnight. Hopefully there won't be too many more interruptions there. And no worries, Rostov, it's good questions, I do love them. Where are you joining us from tonight there? How do you feel about the aliens as well? Do you think we're all alone out there in the galaxy? Or do you think aliens have been visiting us for a while, or somewhere in between there? The Lunar Lodgings, I like that one. The Lunar Lodge, Kate, that's perfect. You've got to copyright that now. Get the domain name. There we go. And in like 30 years' time, somebody will spend £1 billion to get that off of you. Yeah, I know, it's dropping. What is it this time? No, Trump Plaza on the moon. Yeah, there will be, won't there? He'll put a golf course up there. I mean, they've got the craters, haven't they? They've got the craters all ready for it. Oh, I don't know what is with me tonight there. Yeah, do a registration for it now. Use AI for the pictures, can't you? Oh, excuse me. We got. Oh, is it in? It is in shot now. Eludra. That is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars, close by stars in range there tonight, which is a very, very cool. I think this is our record, isn't it? Can't get to the bottom of that one to see the list there. But guys, remember, over on the tubes there, you can see a full screen version of the horizontal view. You get to see a little bit more of the sky, but also more of this analysis that is going on there, because we are doing some more analysis up there. We've got the audio waveforms, the actual sound of the signal is being analysed and compared there. The information, all those stars that are in range are in this middle right bit, and then behind me that you can't see over here on TikTok is a live sky map, shows you where the dish is, where its radius is there, and as the night moves on, all those stars move across there, and this you can see what is where there. They can go to Mars and investigate the moon. Something more on the moon they're not telling us there. There have been reports, haven't there? You know, that there was, after the old Apollo missions there, maybe they saw something, maybe they were warned off. So quite possibly. And the moon is weird then, the perfect size. Also, yeah, I was just going to... I did want to read it out, but then also not there. Why is that on your autocorrect there, B? Why is that the first one that comes up as a suggestion? Yeah, it does fit though contextually. Definitely odd sightings on, off and around the moon. I mean, it's just an odd object. It's a weird object, and when the skies are clear, say, and the moon's up, we do that. We do a moon watch, and it looks like that. We see all the craters, all the details there as well. Because you're hilarious, I suppose. Good answer. I like that, B. But yeah, it's an odd object. Just even if you take out the sightings and all that sort of stuff like that, the statistical odds of it being, 400th the size of the sun and at 400th the distance there to give us those perfect solar eclipses, it's very odd. What benefit it brings us to us here on Earth, all those stabilization things making Earth so much more habitable, it's very, very odd and unlikely. So it's a very strange one there. And odd things on Mars too, there definitely are there. We have a feeling, I think we talk about a lot here, that there's definitely, we think there is life on Mars currently, at least bacterial, and probably was civilizational life much before them. And did you sleep better last night? I got an extra hour, which wasn't much. So there. Tom, it's peak time. How are you doing, Tom? And thank you for the likes, guys. Those likes and those shares, they do help us reach more and more. So like-minded people there like yourselves, getting more eyes and minds on the old phenomena there, so we can all piece this puzzle together there. But we are doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight now. We are searching the hydrogen line, that is that yellow line at the top of the screen, and it's the channel on the radio dial that scientists theorise we are most likely to hear a message from ET should they be out there and sending one at the time. But it is a bit of right place at right time. There have been interesting signals detected there throughout the years, but they do happen there. So keep an eye, keep hanging on for that, and do give us a follow, because we do this basically every night. If it's cloudy, we're doing this, and if it's a clear sky, we do a live UFO, UAP, skywatch there, or we watch the moon for the weird and wonderful things if that's up there as well. So hopefully get us notifications that when we go live there. And thank you for the follow, Rostov as well there. And doing the TikTok way, doing it the TikTok way at the moment. Yep. You gotta bend the rules for it. And I never asked, what do you do for a living? If you don't, oh no, it's fine. I run a podcast network for some YouTube gamers. That's what I do. They're mainly admin, occasional bit of production there. So yes, this is my first time behind the mic, so to speak. How you doing there, Shannon? Good to see you. Hope you had a fantastic New Year and Christmas and all that. Any more spooky sightings? We've already had some autocorrects in tonight, Shannon, already. But it's good to see you there. It could be worse. I've definitely done worse things. Oh, thank you, but it's very, very kind. Alan strongly disagrees.
It's me, Alan, the real star of the show.
Thank you, Alan. There. We very much missed you there, Shannon. Nothing as of yet. Oh, been sick with flu. Oh, no. Crazy busy with work. Yeah. Oh, I feel you there. Well, I'm sure there will be some more sightings. I still remember your underwater sighting there. That's one. I don't know if it's just because it was so different to the normal encounters that I hear, or if it was just but it's always stuck with me, and I've tried to get that mental image of what that looked like visually. Like my own mind is trying to cast what that could look like. I probably got totally wrong there though. I always look for fostering, but they seem to hide when I am looking there. Yeah, I feel you there. That was part of what we were doing. This was because I had never seen anything strange before in the night sky. So doing this was a little experiment to see if we see it. Is there activity going on? And we've started to see some interesting things there. Lee, good night. Thank you for joining us as always, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night. There, have a good day there, Fair. Yeah, I totally get that one, Orosov, the UFOs there. It's that when you're intending to look, they don't come out. In fact, we're doing this, we've seen some lights in the sky, so it might not be fully fair, but the best sightings have been the ones that of when I've been putting the camera away or setting it up there, so when we haven't been trying to get it. I don't know how I handled the one sighting I had that wasn't in the water. I was terrified. That one is another one that I have a very big visual component for there, B. And the best way to describe it, picture an octopus, sort of human hybrid. Oh, that was worse. Could you see its eyes? Because the eyes play a big part of my mental understanding of it there. I'm seeing big haunting eyes there. I can't even imagine how to handle that. Best thing is just not go out in the ocean. Just play it safe. Brad as well, thank you for the share there. Appreciate that. Yeah, rule number 1. Don't go in the ocean. I just saw its face and thought, nope. Oh my god. What colour? Did it have coloured eyes? Like, was it white eyes like ours, or was it dark eyes? Yeah. That's a whole hell of a nope for me. I don't think I'd be able to get back in the water. That's a lot of no. A hell of a lot of no for me. Oh, black like shark. Oh no, yeah, that's that. Yeah, no, that's how my brain was imagining in that part of it. So you say octopus-like. Was it like half man, half octopus, or was it like a humanoid shape? Because that's how I have it in my head there, but with like octopusy, skinny, like more flowing appendages. And you see the video of the cuttlefish who was mimicking a human face? No. Oh, the cuttlefish, actually. Yes, yeah. Somebody's got a what is it now? Koi carp. I think they've given it its own TikTok page. It's a koi carp, but the markings on it are just perfectly on its forehead. It's like a human face, and it's like this guy goes to feed the cut, and they all get excited, and you just see this human face coming out of the water or up to the side of the tank, and it's funny, but also a bit eerie. It was like the top part of an octopus, but without the tentacles and with a black eye. Ooh, that's even worse than I thought. Ugh. Yeah, which bit of water was this? So I know to avoid that bit forevermore. Oh, this was Shannon's sighting. You would have gone in the water. Did you come off of a kayak or a surfboard or something, and you were under the water, and then you saw this thing swimming past you? Yeah, 100%. Not my cup of tea. I have none of that, thank you. It was weird. It was it's Exmouth, and I fell in the water while it was quite choppy. Right, everyone, Exmouth, don't go in the water. 100%, we ain't doing that. Not for me. You need to give it a name. I wonder if there is actually anything in the local folklore around anything like that. I know that part of the country is very big on the old folklore traditions. There should be records. Okay, you're good, that's in England. But if you come to visit me, to Exmouth for a swim, take some multi-reed to feed it. But please give me nightwear. I don't think I actually heard this. Mermaid. Well, that's the direction. Yeah, the horror. Yeah. What's that, Alan? You're doing a beach holiday meetup. Okay. In Exmouth. There is of sirens, but this didn't look like a siren. But then, do we really know what they're like? Yeah, yeah. I think that's a good point, Ian. How much interpretation over the years there. Zen, do you like that one? Could tie in with the siren to mermaid law, all of that sort of stuff, couldn't it? Are you good at drawing, Shannon? Because we'd love to see you. Artistic impression. I'm an artist. I'm perfect. We want it. We need to see this full screen now, Shannon. We need to see this. We can we can haunt our nightmares. Oh, 100%. 100%. So cool, Shannon. So it's immediately you come on and go, I've been so busy with work, guys, and then here's some more work, Shannon. Go off and draw paint a picture of the sea monster you've encountered. It would be cool. Would be cool to see if you do get time, though. We can all see if we had our mental pictures actually anywhere near right. Cool. Have we still got the 5 stars in range at the minute? Yeah, but no activity. I don't even notice the background change. The percentage still seems to be roughly the same as well. Oh god, I just remembered it's bin night tonight. Rubbish. I'll lug all that stuff through the house. Ah, Shannon shared the live. I missed that, Shannon. I've missed it. Thank you. Yeah, we've got 5 stars. Sirius, Mirzam, Weezen, Aludra, and what's the other one? Adara. Got lots of all the A's here. Are in a range there. So 1800 light years, 430 light years, 500 light years, 8.6 light years. That's very, very close. It's our friend Sirius are there, and ours are still sat on the damn snow. We haven't had a collection in like 3 weeks. It's starting to pile up something ridiculous now. It's insane. I thought it was recycling yesterday. It turns out it wasn't. They must have messed the days around. I'm drowning in cardboard. I don't know what I'm going to do with a big Christmas tree. You can keep the snow. I don't want any of that. We told Calendar there. It's like way back in the days of the Grimm brothers. But where did they get... It makes you wonder... Exactly, Trisha. That's a very good point there. We say this, don't we, about the UFO lore there, that actually when you start to look at those old religious texts there, you know, some of those documents, the folklore, the mythology, if you break it down to its constituent parts there, strange, small, humanoid creatures, lights in the sky, people disappearing. It does sound like the modern day UFO stuff. And then you think about it, don't you? And I think is it all the same phenomena, but we're just interpreting it differently as humans, depending on where we are at, you know, in a sort of a technological way and how we view the world. Because it's always very convenient, isn't it, that we started the modern day UFO craze, you know, little green men in metal flying saucers coming from other planets. That started at the same sort of time that we started launching little green men, not little green men, we started launching people into space, and the aim is to go to other planets in metal starships there. So maybe there is just that cultural lens that we put on it for the modern day part of it. Maybe it's been going on the whole damn time. Well, oh my god, this is a point. I'm going to tell it to you now, although it's not in context here, but hopefully some of you can remind me to bring it up as one of our little bits when we talk about why they haven't disclosed. Because we talk about it a lot, and one of the excuses that's floated is that humanity couldn't handle disclosure there. The idea of little green men that will throw out everybody's world views, the religious views, and all this sort of stuff. But somebody raised a very good point, which is back in the sorry, that's a weird noise. Back in the turn of the century there, the late 1800s to about 2010, 2015. Weird noise. But back then, they did actually think that Martians were real. You know, that it was a commonly held belief that aliens were real, and there were Martians and there were little green men. And until we knew, with Mars, they thought they'd spotted canals on Mars. They thought they were getting signals from Mars. And the world didn't end. Religion didn't crumble. And people generally did believe it. It was actually quite a widely held belief at the time. So why would it be any different now? Did you have a fresh excellent? We did this year. Don't normally just have a fake one, but this year we did decide to have a real one now. And when humans were closer to our Earth, we could see more and hear more. I think you're right to a degree there, isn't it? It was you're being in touch with those things more. We feel so much out. I think we are also creators of some entities. Oh, interesting there, because we always assume that we have been created. We are somebody else's creation. It's part of it, but maybe we are the creators there, not just with the AI and things. The only thing I don't think we could handle is absolute power, as in yes, definitely there. And Alan, he's making weird noises. He wants to come on now. No, Alan, you can play your games later. We are actually the correct. Well, it could be playing with time. It could well be. We are made of stardust, and that is, isn't it? That we are made of all of those components, and it doesn't feel like it. It's been on my list for ages. I never got around to it, but getting like a real meteorite, like I want one that's been found and looks really cool, probably an iron one that's got a really cool shape to them. The idea of being able to hold something in my hand that's been flying around up there in space, I find so cool. But I don't know why I find it cool, because we are made of that stuff. You know, all of the biological components here that we've got here on Earth were seeded from other planets that crashed into us, or other, asteroids or comets and things that brought all of that stuff here. You know, literally all of the metals, any gold that we have got around us, if you've got the gold ring, that was formed in a supernova from a star billions of years ago that's flown across and then been reconstituted into our planet only to be mined. You know, like, we are all made of stardust. All those materials are around us. You know, we are the universe experiencing itself there. Shannon, my dad used to say, why, when we're sad or desperate, or when we pray to ever, why do we look up? That's a good point. Out there to the wider universe. It's very. I do like the idea that we are the universe experiencing itself. There are some of those theories, coming on from simulation theory and stuff like that, that they legitimately, basically, like, consciousness as we're experiencing it is kind of like a VR headset. And one day we'll take that headset off and then we'll remember the rest of things. But right now we're engaged in this thing. Thank you. We're engaged in this reality from this point of view. Well, anyway, that's my cue, guys. Sorry, I've nipped off a bit early tonight. It's midnight, so better put the old recycling out. Ugh. But thank you, everybody, for joining us. Good to see you all. As always, thank you for your support, giving us company and your awesome questions. We will be back on tomorrow night there, probably 10 p.m. UK time. So it's midnight, or 10 to midnight now UK time, so you can work out your own time conversions there. But yeah, thank you, everybody. You're absolutely awesome. Do appreciate you all. And we might end up doing a gaming stream, something different if it's overcast. But yeah, we shall all see you then, no doubt there. And thanks for having you. Sorry I popped in late. No worries, Shannon. It's always good to see you there, but there's never any pressure. But it is lovely to see you all there. So we will catch you tomorrow night, guys. Bye bye.